Hi, it's Beverly Cole, and we're going to make a couple of beautiful cards today with digital stamps and papers. And we're going to use some embossing powder and glitter. So let's get to it. Okay, so what we're going to do is use the things that I printed off, and I cut them all out. I fussy cut them. You can see all of them right here. And I had a lot of fun making these background papers, so to use them is even more fun. This is the one that I layered on the computer in my Open Office program, and this is pretty much a digital card, but I'm going to add something to it. I have some tape that I'm going to add from Glitters Galore, and this is Terrific tape, and I'm going to put the Terrific tape around all the edges here where you can see where I overlaid the one background over the other, and I made this one transparent. So these edges here, I'm going to add some Terrific tape to that, and that's pretty easy. So this is Terrific tape, and I'm going to use the 1/4 inch. So easy. And need some scissors. Where are your scissors? Okay. So cut those off. So I'm going to add that all around 4 edges. Press all that down, and I'm going to peel off the back end. Let me get a coffee filter. Okay, I'm going to do one piece at a time just because I just like to make sure I do I'm going to burnish that in with my finger. You all know the drill, right? Oh, I know it. We know it, but look at how pretty that is. Okay, so now I can just go ahead and peel off another piece and do the rest. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that frame. I love it. Get my brush away all the excess. You gotta have one of these brushes. If you don't have one, you better get 2, because I use them for this. I use them for just cleaning up in general, because I just love it. And I have a lot of brushes, but this one's special. Okay. How beautiful. Okay, now in the background you can see some of the skeletons of the stamps back there, the skeleton digitals. And I want to just show you something I did today that I'm going to use on another card. I printed out some on vellum. So I heat set them with my heat tool after it came out of my inkjet printer, and they're fine now. A little bit, I tested the edge over here, right here, and it was a little bit, let's see if you can see it, a little smudged right here. So I heat set it, and then I tried rubbing it again, and it's fine. So on vellum. So these are gonna look super cool when I put them on a card or on a scrapbook page or a collage like that. So I'm excited to try those. But back to our simple card. So here we are. This is our simple card front, and just that little bit of the glitter on the outside edge. Let's go on to our second card. This is the background paper, and I'm printed also sentiment on the vellum. And I just send it through my printer as it's specialty matte paper. That's the setting I use. I have an HP printer. So specialty matte, and it takes its time and makes sure it gives you enough ink. And I printed it smaller too, so I'm not sure which one I want to use. So here's what I did. This is the whole sheet. See, that's the whole sheet. Sorry, I'm just gonna stay up in here. Okay, so that's how I printed it, and I am loving it. Okay, so here is the background, and I think what I need to do first is ink the edges. Peeled paint. More. Okay, so peeled paint, edges. Make lots of noise, that's always fun. So we'll ink the edges of this. Oh, you could even mix the colors if you wanted to, but oh, that just makes it look so pretty. Look at that. You know, it just covers all those white edges, especially when you're doing the vintage thing. And this little bit of color really makes the paper pop. Wow, I love that. Ooh, yeah, that looks pretty. Okay, so that's the, what did I do with the cover? Am I blind? What did I do with the cover to my outside ink? Well, it fell on the floor. Okay. Okay, so this is my background. Then I'm going to use a pumpkin, and I'm going to use one of my sentiments. I'm not sure which, but what's going to be really cool too is I'm going to ink all the edges of all of these little pieces that I fussy cut while I was sitting in front of the TV, and add those. And I'm going to add this little tag that I made also that you can get with the paper pack. This is the Autumn Wishes paper pack, and I can add some leaves behind and in front of the vellum, which makes it super fun. Super fun, super fun. Maybe add some of these. I'm not sure. I want to add some more color down here, maybe one. So I'm going to go ahead and take all these pieces, and I'm going to ink the edges with some, let's try that. Yeah, that works really well. I don't want anything too dark because being so small, you do get quite a bit of ink on these. And you can also turn them over and get into the little crevices from the back. And let's see what it looks like. Yeah, see the difference? Here's the one inked. Well, let's do a little more inking. Yeah, a little more. And so here's the inked one, and here's the uninked one. So you can definitely see the difference, that you see a lot of white in this one, and in this one you don't. So I'm even going to do a little more. So that's really nice to have for, you can even add some green if you want to. Sure, why not? I'm going to open that up and see if we can add a little green. Yeah, that looks cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do these. And then we will continue. Okay, so I also pulled out some spiced marmalade, Distress Oxide, and used that on some of the leaves and pumpkin. And I think they look very cool. We could also, by the way, you can add, if you want to get a little bit more fancy with this card, you can go ahead and you can add some leaves to this, such as this. So why not, you know? You can make it 3D, looks really cool. Maybe we'll do that. Let me just clean this little mess up and we will get on with the show. Just need a little bit of water here, just a tiny bit. Here. And I like to go to thrift stores and especially yard sales, and I look for things that are interesting and fun to me, ephemera and all kinds of things to use with our cards and our journaling and junk journals and collages. I look for things like this, and this is a little water jug. Isn't it cute? Yeah, I think I paid $3 for it, but it's handmade and it's glazed and it looks really nice on my table, and it just makes me smile. Things like that, just if they make me smile, then it's fun to come in here and play. So we're going to work on this card now. Back to our inked images, and look how they just pop now. Because they're inked, they're more three-dimensional. And the background you can see of this paper is the same leaves made into a background paper, and I distressed the edges. So these are available in the paper pack, and then the stamp set's separate. Okay, so let's go on with how we're going to put this together. And one thing I wanted to mention, like my fingers right now are covered with distress ink, and before I handle that piece of vellum, I want to wash my hands. So I will be right back. Okay, so I am back now, and we will continue with our video. So, get the background, and the leaves, and the vellum. Okay, so the vellum, I have to decide. I think, I don't know, let's see, with the pumpkin, I think the small one is big enough, so I'm going to eyeball it here. I'm gonna just cut it larger than I need. So I don't have to worry about centering it too much. I can just go ahead and do that. So it'll be here. My big pumpkin's going to be in front of it. And the leaves are going to be, okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is attach everything down here, and then I can slide this into the back. So let's see. I'm going to use some of these leaves. Oh, they're so cute. And this one, the inking really adds some definition. It makes it look even different. Now this is my trio. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of cut the stems off. Cut these apart, which you can do. Okay, I'm going to use a couple of them in the background here. Stick this one on top of those. This one's really cute, but it doesn't stand out enough because of the tone on tone there. So let's stick a red one back there. Still can't see it too well. How about then we stick a green one back there. Maybe the stem end up. Oh, that's cute. Okay. And this one in front of the pumpkin. What do you think? Yeah. Background ones. Maybe a greener one here. And red one. I just love the aspen leaf. I think the aspen leaf is adorable. And he's going to be falling, and we'll have another one falling, and that'll be fun. Okay, so these are all going to go here. I'm thinking this will go here, but it's going to be stuck behind. Maybe just one leaf back behind. That might be nice. Okay, so let's attach all of these. What I like to do when I use more than one pick sometimes is to take a picture with my camera, but I'm using my camera to tape. So I can't do that. That's okay. I'm gonna just go like this and I'm going to attach these. Just use some good glue. Let's see. Okay, and then pumpkin, these are gonna be, whoopsie, get down there. Stop popping off. Okay, and the pumpkin will be there. So, I mean, I'm also letting them hang off the edge a little because I want to put, I'm gonna put another piece of, I think I'm gonna frame this, but I'm not sure. So maybe I shouldn't do that. So I can cut it off. Okay, so my pumpkin will be here. I want these leaves there, and I'm only gonna glue the bottom down because I'm not sure what I wanna do yet. Fun. So as you can see, this is not a card I practiced. This is a card I'm planning as we go, and that's the fun thing about using digis. You can cut them out, you can cut them out and you can color them if you want to. These were already colored by me and they're in this set already colored, so you can just play with them and have fun and not worry about coloring. But if you want to color, you can use the black and white ones and color them yourself. So now I want to put, what did I say? This one in front and this one, or this one in the back? I think it'll look more 3D if I do that. All right, so this one, sorry, am I out of frame? Jeez. Jeez Louise, I always do that. Come on, glue. And glue, glue, glue. Glue, 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 glue. Okay. Glue that one right here. Okay, so this way you can design, when you do this one, you design it on the computer. When you do this one, you design it while you go, which is, you know, fun too. It's a little bit more work, but it's fun. You know, it's like a puzzle. Okay, so I'm gonna put the pumpkin and then I'm gonna put this. Now, where's that piece of vellum? Here it is. Okay, so the vellum's gonna go, is that dry yet? Because I want it a little lower. Okay, it's gonna be about there. So I can go ahead and I can glue down my pumpkin and everything. But I want my pumpkin, I'm gonna attach my pumpkin to some dimensionals because I want it to be popping off the surface. So we'll go ahead and use some of those. Oh, and my pumpkin will be there. And this leaf will also be popping up. I want that one, or do I want an aspen leaf? Oh, the aspen leaf is cute. But I think I'm gonna, or do I want a maple leaf? Yeah, I think I like this one the best. It's just a little more subtle. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay, so there's part of the card. Look how cute. And you can just kind of curl these a little and it makes it look even more dimensional. which is really cool. And more like dry leaves. Look at that. Oh, that's so much fun. Oh my goodness. Forget cutting them off, man. I'm just gonna curl them. There we go. Okay, so now we will add our vellum, and I want the vellum to stand out a bit more. I'm going to take a little off the top and bottom. Let's see, this is 2 1/4 inches. So what if I take off like a 1/4 inch? Could I take a 1/4 inch off? I think I could. So I'll make it 1 3/4. Maybe 1/8 off here. Just 1/8. Let's see. I know I took a 1/4. Okay, so this is going to go. Oh, that's much better. That's a much better size. And I can offset it. Look at that. It doesn't have to be in the center of the card. It can be offset, which gives us room for falling leaves. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, I just got chills. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to use a little piece of washi tape that I use over and over again for certain things. And I'm just going to place this where I want it and just add a little bit of washi tape there. And turn over the card and fold this back nice and crisply. Whoopsie, that's a little bit off. You can use your bone folder for this too. I have one. I'll tell you. Hi, bone folder. Dandy tool that I can't find. Okay, I got it. All right, so here's my bone folder, and it doesn't matter if it's uneven. I mean, look how off this one is compared to that side, but as long as it's where I want it on the front and I have a little bit to pull over the edge, it works. Works. Okay, so then when you look at it and take off this piece of washi very carefully so we don't lift off any color. There we go. Look at that. So it held it in place while I worked on it, which is great. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that little tip needs a little more ink. While I'm in there, I'm a perfectionist. Okay, good. And then I will glue or tape that in place. I think I'll just use some tape. Let's use some washi tape we don't care about. Sorry, this is the one I use when I use with my granddaughters, and it's got little unicorns on it. So I don't really care about that. And I'm just gonna use some to tape that on. And some to tape this piece on. And washi just means paper. This is paper tape. So paper tapey, paper tape. Isn't that cool? Okay, so look at that. So there we have our sentiment. And I'm going to add some leaves to the sentiment. But I think before I add them, I want them to look kind of glossy. And I don't want to do it while I'm attaching it here. So I'm going to make, where's that other green one? I think I want a green one. We're going to make the falling ones glossy, and maybe this one glossy. I don't know. I don't care. It's going to be pretty no matter how I do it. Maybe I'll just, I don't know if I want it glossy. Okay. I'm going to add these two after I add some glitter to them. I want to add some glitter to these two, or maybe make them glossy. What should we do? What should we do? Let me think. Okay. So we're going to add these here, falling. One's going to be stuck behind, and one's in front. And then, let's see, how about another oak leaf in the background? Like stick it way, under here. Isn't it fun? Fall is so much fun. I just love fall. Can't really see it too much. Maybe let's try the green one underneath. In that case, I think I want to do it from the top. Oh yeah, that's cute. I can still see it. And then down here, we can add, if we want to, another oak leaf. I think I like that. I think I like that. Okay, so we can also maybe add another one of these underneath, but you know, I've got that pretty paper back there, so I'm really not too worried about it. I just think that looks really super cool that you can see it through there. Isn't it cool? Yeah. And I'm gonna ink the edges of this paper just a little bit to make it, let's see what color. Let's do the green. Ink that a little bit. Oh yeah, that's real pretty. Oh wait, maybe some orange on the bottom edge. Yeah. Just adds, and since this is loose, I can move it out of my way. I was born on Thanksgiving. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. Yep. So I really love fall. Okay, so this is Distress Oxide ink, right? And oh, that ended up looking much oranger. I just love orange. Yeah, that kind of sets it off and looks pretty. So that will dry, and I think we may want to add a little glitter to that too, or a little embossing powder. So I need some embossing, an embossing pad. I have a tiny one, a little tiny Versamark. Look at that. That little tiny Versamark pad, isn't it cute? Okay, so I'm gonna just add some of that on the edge. I'm not sure that's gonna work because I just got it all over the card. My goodness. I'm not sure what's gonna work. I may just go ahead with some clear and see what happens. I'm kind of thinking that might be cool. Get the edges of these, edges of these. And see what happens. Just see what happens. Because how much could clear hurt, right? How much could clear hurt? I don't think it could hurt very much. And if I look sideways, I can see the embossing ink. And I'm thinking, let's try that. Okay, let me get another coffee filter. Okay. I mean, it's just kind of a rustic card, so I'm not really worried about it too much. Let me see. Ah, yeah, okay. I have a big container of clear. Put my clear in a giant container. So I'll use a spoon and just kind of dump it all over this thing and see what happens. All right? That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna dump it. Dump. See what happens. This is kind of what happens when you're a mixed media artist. You kind of just experiment with things sometimes. See what happens. Okay, so I can see clear here and there and everywhere on my card. And so now we're going to heat set this. See? Get in there. Tap it off and heat set it and see what happens. Oh my goodness, I love it. Oh, it looks so cool. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love that. Yeah, especially the sentiment. It's just so really, really cool. And I think now we can go in with some, I think maybe a little opaque might be good. So this is fall leaves. Oh my goodness, it's so, so pretty. And what I want to do now, I think, is just to add a little bit of fall leaves. Tiny bit. Sometimes a little goes a long way. And this card has a lot going on already. All right, so I'm just going to add a little bit around the edges. There we go. Of some of the leaves, not too much. Okay, so we're just gonna dump it and see what happens. Because with glitter, that's what you can do. You can just dump it. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That is so pretty. Oh, I love that. Just beautiful. But I think I need a little more, because when I put it on just the edges here, it's like it's adding to the dimension, which is really amazing. I don't want to add too much, but I don't want even pumpkin. No, not the pumpkin. Not the pumpkin. Oh, I didn't even add my other leaves yet. So when we add those, we're gonna be able to play with those too. Okay, there. That is gorgeous. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous autumn card. Okay, so clean this up. And we will add our other leaves. But now we can do them separately and then add them to the card, which is great. We're just gonna do this leaf. And we have the green leaf that will go underneath. So maybe ruh-roh, how am I gonna put it? There we go. Underneath. Leaf there. So let me glue that one in. You can see it through the emboss, through the vellum. See it? See it? And then this one will go here. It's safe. That's from an old movie. Okay, so there. There's that leaf. And let's pull up the edges a little bit, right? Well, it's still kind of liquidy. Glue's still not set, and I'm gonna add glitter. Well, glue and glitter to this leaf. I'm gonna wait for that other glue to dry though, because it'll dry and then I won't have to worry about it. Right now, I'm just gonna grab my glitter brush and kind of brush everything off. Oh my gosh, it's so, so pretty. That autumn leaves color is, fall leaves, sorry, fall leaves. Fall leaves. G1044. It is the most beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to use a two-way glue. That's why I'm using the, any glue that stays sticky. You can use for the glitter. You know that, right? So using this glitter pen, glue pen, add that around the edges of my leaf, just on one side. Just on one side. Some on the stem. Okay, maybe a little bit down here. And then we'll add some more glitter. Yeah, it needs more. It needs more. It needs some over here. Not the entire leaf, but definitely that little spot. So as much fun as I had drawing these and coloring these, This is even more fun. Now you don't have to worry about the coloring if you don't want to, like I said. That way you know. What you think of this card. Oh, one more up here. See this little leaf back here? We don't want to lose him. This will draw your eye down to behind there, right? And here are our two beautiful cards.